What's happening, guys? Jeremy with INFP Voice. I'm over here at Incarnate Word in San Antonio, waiting to pick up my daughter. Love this campus. Really cool part of town. I'm going to make a couple of videos kind of for INFPs. As you know, I'm an older INFP. Just turned 49. Yikes. And I feel like I've hit every possible financial pitfall that INFPs are susceptible to. Stepped in every one. And I kind of want to make a series of videos. There's a lot of, INFP YouTubers who I freaking adore all of them. Y'all are fantastic. But, like when a lot of these INFP kind of life advice kind of things are very kind of platitudinal, which is totally fine. It's a great foundation. But I really want to do some videos that are like very specific, very practical. At the same time, somewhat like a bit broad. Like the one thing I wanted to mention first, and trust me, the future videos will be more laid out and thought out. This is just kind of a quick, hey, here's what's coming kind of thing. But first, let me say, there's a book all INFPs are going to have to get. It's called The One Thing by Gary Keller. I mean, I've listened to the book 2 times on audio. That's fantastic. It's just an absolute must read. But my point is that even after having read it twice, I still suck at doing the one thing. And the one thing essentially is having to realize that you've got to get down to the one thing that you have to do right now. INFPs, as you know, get involved in many endeavors, many projects, and they don't get very far with any of them. And so, like what Gary talks about is, in a very nutshell, is if you want to go far, you've got to do the one thing. You've got to figure out what the one thing is at any given time, and do that, and don't do anything else. But I know for me, I've got so many projects, and I've just probably squandered so much time, moving very little with each project that I'm doing. And it's like, I'm 49, still haven't really learned my lesson. It's kind of crazy, but try again. So that's like if you're a young INFP in high school or just out of high school going to college, this is the first thing you're going to have to learn is it's going to take a tremendous amount of discipline, because you're going to have many interests. Like we can dream up all these things and a lot of different things you want to get involved in. It might be pretty easy to get into. So you get started, like, just as a quick example, like at one point over the last couple of years, I was into photography. I had my own website. I had a blog, a day job, of course, which I'm trying to get rid of. Several blogs, really. What else? I did SEO for clients. And all of these things I had big plans. Each one of these things I had big plans for. And really I just did the bare minimum with each. Really, I mean, the success I had in all those endeavors are pretty poor, to be honest with you. Like, let's just be honest, like pretty poor. Had fun. I still love each of those projects immensely, but did I go very far with any of them? No. Had I picked one, say photography, for example, stuck with just photography, put everything else on the back burner and just do photography, man, I probably could have done really well. And I did do some nice projects, but here's my daughter. So I think y'all kind of get the gist of all right. Hello, how are you?
Are you recording me?
Yes.
What for?
I'm doing this for my INFP channel.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm an ENFP, hello.
Yep, she's an ENFP.
Ugh. I'm basically him, but extroverted and a little more insane. Here, let me sit down over there.
So, the one thing is the book you've got to read and embrace, and I mean just completely again, you probably already know, even after you read this book, it's still going to be a struggle because it is what it is. But anyways, the next big tip will be coming up next.